35 miles an hour is the claimed top speed of the GhostCat F1. It's got a 1500 watt rear hub motor and a full twist throttle. And they say we can get up to 40 miles of range. And the first thing you might notice about this e-bike is it comes fully assembled to residents of Southern California, which as a dude who has built 80 or 90 of these things this year, I really freaking appreciate. But don't buy this e-bike just yet. We need to take it out and see if it's any good or not. Jumping straight into it, we can see it has a coil rear suspension, and you can actually adjust the amount of air in the chamber here as well. Looks like the controller's mounted in this box here, and the shell of the battery has this cool carbon fibery look to it, which you can pop off using the key, and it is a 48 volt 18 amp hour battery pack. The charger I received with mine is a 2 amp charger. 18 amp hours divided by 2 amps would take 9 hours to charge this thing from empty to full. And after it's charged up, you can send your power to this 1500 watt rear hub motor. And how do you send that power there? With a full twist throttle. Sweet! Which not only do I appreciate that it's a full twist throttle, but they also just look pretty cool. Here's what the seat looks like. A little bit of a curve up here on the back, maybe so you don't go flying off the back. A little bit wider on the back than the front. And speaking of front, they throw in this little bag with your order, which can be mounted right here. Looks like you could throw your cell phone in there too. Oh shoot, there's a little chain lock in here too. What is this thing for? Maybe to cover your display if it rains. It's also got tools, which I'm so happy I don't have to use. Brake rotors are 160 millimeters. They are hydraulic brakes with what appears to be zoom hydraulic levers to me. And of course it has a dual crown fork with front suspension. You can adjust the compression here on the right shoulder. Fenders on this bike have a little bit of style to them as the tires rolling forward. This is really the main part of the fender that you want to prevent splashing. This part up here is kind of pointless and it's been chopped off. Same goes on the rear, kind of a more minimalist looking fender. One design choice that is not my absolute favorite is the position of the kickstand. It'll block you. However, one benefit of that is, since it's center mounted, you can kind of just, you know, flip your whole bike around. You just can't roll it back. It's got 7 gears on the cassette, and it looks like you could actually mount some passenger pegs here. It's actually got the same holes on the other side. Tourney TZ derailleur. Of course, you shift those gears with your Shimano shifter. This bike has the optional 4-inch riser on the stem. Brings the handlebars up to fit a tall individual like myself a little better. And the handlebars themselves have a slight rise to them. Of course, it has the typical 20x4-inch Chow Yang knobby tread pattern tires. Spoke wheels helps keep them light as compared to like mag wheels. So let's fire it up. It's got the M5 display. No frills, no color, but what it does have is a voltage readout. 48 volt battery on max charge is 54.6 volts and a much more accurate way to read the voltage of your battery and know where you're at as compared to this battery bar up here. We also get our current output, which is a way to measure the power output of the motor. Voltage times current is power. Time, odometer, trip. Then of course you get your pedal assists, which are 0 through 5. On the left we have a horn. What's it sound like? Ooh, that's freaking loud, dude. Very, very loud. There is a turn signal switch, as well as a high and low beam. Actually, that is off and on. Here's how bright the headlight is. I'd say above average brightness. It also activates the rear light, turning on and off, which if you turn it off and then pull the brake lever, you get a brake light activated. And as we can see here, there is a turn signal on the rear. No signals up front, however. And I'd say in general, this bike fits a shorter individual than a taller individual. I am 6'5". Here is the standover height of the bike for me. And boy, that suspension is cushy, dude. This has some good travel on it, man. I'm gonna loosen up the front all the way. This thing feels like it's gonna be like riding on a cloud. Say we're gonna pedal this thing. Here's what my pedal stroke would look like. Therefore, we are using the twist throttle today. Let's see what happens if we forward on pedal assist 5. Full throttle, ready, go. Back brake is motorcycle layout. The rear brake is actually over here on the left, similar to like a Surron. Typically on bicycles, the back brake is on the right side, which on a twist throttle bike makes it hard to wheelie because you have to control both with the same hand. So this is better if you're into that sort of thing. Does it have enough power to wheelie? We shall find out. Check it out, dude. Speedometer goes up to 37.3 according to this. But what can it do out in the real world with a 200-pound dude on it? Let's find out. All right, dudes, let's get out on the GhostCat F1. Of course, we'll start up the Strava to check our official distance on this 18 amp hour battery pack. And boy, getting on this thing, first thing I'm noticing is the suspension. Of course, I topped off the charge, so we are on 54.7 volts. So let's see how it'll do on the 20% grade. I weigh 200 pounds, throttle only, pedal assist 5, ready, go. So it shows us our current right here, 28 amps of current, pulling 28 amps of current, and it's pulling us up to 20% grade. is getting us up. So this motor appears to have some circuits built into it. When the speed goes down, the current will reduce to help preserve the motor from burning up, showing about 9 amps, 10 amps at the top of the hill there. Of course, if you give it a little bit of help actually pedaling the thing, it easily climbs the hill, helping it a little bit. Rolling in with a bit of a rollout here, 65 miles an hour. Full throttle now gives us 28 amps of current, 28, 27, 27, 27, 28. So as long as you don't let that speed drop down below about 5 miles an hour, you'll get access to all the current, aka all the power. Let's feel out the pedal assist modes here. So pedal assist 0 will give you nothing at all, obviously, and throttle does nothing either. Pedal assist 1, go ahead and, oh man, pedal assist 1 gives you boost all the way up to about 11 miles an hour, and I will not be pedaling this bike at all today. This bike is definitely designed for a smaller individual. I mean, if you want to pedal it anyway. Throttle on pedal assist 1 will take us up to beyond the pedal assist 1 numbers. And brakes, I need to remember they are motorcycle layout. It is a cadence sensor, so you don't have to actually put any power down to the pedals. You can just kind of ghost pedal and it'll give you power. Pedal assist 2 brings us up to 17, 18, and pedal assist 3, if I'm just ghost pedaling here a little bit, gives us 28 amps of current, bringing us up to, let's find out. It'll hold you at about 23 and a half. And since this does have the 48 volt, 18 amp hour battery pack, you can feel this is just like a more nimble, more lightweight feeling kind of electric bike, especially with those spoke wheels. It doesn't have any of the big heavy mag wheels. So, you know, this thing, you might not get huge range out of it, but it is fairly light and nimble in exchange. Ghost pedaling on pedal assist 4 will bring us up to, well, about 26. Woo. Let's see if we can make this light. Only on pedal assist 4, hitting 29, and that suspension is quite plush, man. It's quite a bit better than the average budget electric moped style e-bike I review. So we're gonna bump this thing on pedal assist 5 and get out onto the main road here, join the bus. Let's not get ran over by the bus. Let's see if we can get ahead of him and come on, let's go. Got a little bit of a downhill into a headwind here, full throttle, pedal assist 5. It's showing 33. We'll check the GPS here in a moment. Holding about 33 according to here. Pretty quick for an electric bicycle. We'll verify that on GPS in a moment. I think this one's fast enough to get up here and do a little lane split and join the real motorcycle up here. And let's go test the acceleration. Let's try the 0 to 20 acceleration. GPS in my left hand, ready, go. Looks like the speedo lags just a bit. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Speedo lag just a little bit. Let's try this again. Ready, go. So eases on the power, 28 amps of current. That's about 1500 watts. 18, 19, 20. So it gets up to speed respectively quick. And front brake is on the right, which takes a moment to get used to. So far, the two main things that set this bike apart from the competitors is the rear suspension feels super plush, and then obviously that full twist throttle. I just love the full twist throttle so much more than like a thumb throttle or like quarter twist throttles. Let's give this thing a top speed run verified by GPS. 5, 16, 18, 19, 25. GPS will lag just a little bit. 28, 30, 31, 31.6. Can we get 32? 32. Can we get a 33? 32, 31. And pretty much no wind today. I weigh 200 pounds. If you're smaller, you might get a little bit more speed. 33. 33 it is. We'll test the brakes here in a little bit. They are 160 millimeter rotors. One thing I can certainly appreciate about this bike is I can easily see the display, and my polarized lenses does not filter it out at all. Also, the speedometer is dead on accurate. Oh, there's a wolf. So we'll get out there and try it on the flat sand in a moment. But first, let's see if we can climb this hill in the sand. Oh, powering through with a run out. Yes, that was surprising actually. And that rear suspension is coming in big time notice right now. Most bikes feel awful riding through that section, but not this bike. If you're looking for a bike to like ride off-road a little bit, this one's not bad at all. One thing I am noticing about it is the throttle does have a little bit of a delay from the time you turn it to when it gives you power while you're rolling. I'd say about a half second. So if you're trying to like pop wheelies or something, that might
get in the way of you there. This is one of the few moped style bikes I've rode off-road that doesn't feel like complete trash. Just feel it out here. Oh my goodness, that suspension has so much travel on the rear. You can tell it's definitely tuned for like a wider person, but even still, for a 200-pound dude, man, I'm just kind of like bouncing all over. But it feels like you're sitting on a cloud, dude. So can it ride out in the sand? Let's get a bit of a roll out here. Give it a try, full throttle. So usually taller wheels will do better riding in the sand, and I mean, if you could pedal it, it can kind of maybe get through, but yeah, this isn't really, wouldn't really recommend it. You know, beach riding is gonna be your main focus, but just to give you an idea, yeah, it's doesn't have the torque down low, really. Probably one of the best feeling bikes I've been on riding over the boardwalk though. Also, I should mention the seat on this bike. It's like wide and squishy. Like, this is a really supple seat and just nice ride. Let's go see if we can do this hill over here. Wonder if we can get up this hill over here. Yeah, this is like more of like a high speed bike than a hill climbing torquey kind of bike. Let's go try it on one more hill. Let's go run into the top of that hill. It's called the California Incline, and it's a 12% grade, 85-foot elevation gain. Heading into the loop-de-loop at about 15 at the base. Full throttle, and this moped style bike handles quite well due to its 18 amp hour battery pack. Popping around the corner here to the California Incline, full throttle, 15, 17, not pedaling, hitting 20, and topping out at about 20.5. Hey, there's a little squirrel. Hey buddy. For those of you who are new here, they're just down there. What is this? I think this squirrel forgot his stuff behind. Go get your stuff, bro. Don't litter. Wonder how fast it can go going down the California Incline. And we have 160 millimeter hydraulic brakes on this thing. Let's see if they work. 33, 34, 34.6. All right, I think we should try these brakes out right about now. So they are 160 millimeters. They definitely feel very smooth because they're hydraulic. So let's say you get yourself in a bit of a pickle and you need to stop quickly from about 20, cruising at 20, and oh yeah, dude, they're good brakes. Since they are 160 millimeter rotors, you will have to give those levers a decent pull, but they are strong brakes and they'll bring it to stop quickly, especially if you weigh less than 200 pounds. Can it wheelie? I'm not the best at this sort of thing. I don't know, but the wheel will come off the ground. The throttle doesn't really give you that instant torque. You kind of need to pop it, but you can have some fun with it. Happy doggy. So final thoughts on the GhostCat F1. In general, I'd say this is a bike that's kind of designed for a smaller, shorter individual. I'm a little bit big on it, but you know, I'm 6'5". The other main thing about this bike is the suspension. Ooh, I hopped off the seat there for that one. I kind of went off the cliff. Just a very soft, supple feeling suspension. And then the fact that it is a full twist throttle. That's huge for me in my book. I love these ones that are full twist throttle. So this does have the 28 amp controller and a 1500 watt motor. It would be nice if the controller was a little bit more powerful, you know, maybe like 35 amps, 40 amps. That'll just give it a little bit more pep. Not that it's not peppy as it is. In general, this is a bike that likes to cruise at high speed, has no problem running 20 to 30 miles an hour. But you know, it's not like a hill climbing monster or a torque monster for tearing through the sand. Once the motor speed starts getting down below about 5 miles an hour, it wants to cut back on that current. Overall, this is a pretty sweet bike, and if you do want to grab one, they cost about $1,900, but I do have a limited time discount code below this video in the description box. If you want to grab one and you bought through that link, of course, it would help support my reviews and also help save you some money. But let's head on home, see what the final range is on this battery, because right now we're sitting at 49 volts after about 10 miles. Battery's down to 46 volts. What do we got left in it, dude? Hitting about 31. If you need a bike that'll help you keep up with traffic that goes about 25 to 30, this electric bicycle can help you do that. Come on, little bike, let's go. Can't see anything around this. I wonder if the light's green. We'll find out. I can tell it's starting to lose its steam just a little bit. That is after 18 miles and an hour and 25 minutes of ride time. Battery voltage is showing 47.1 volts, which in my opinion is a little bit less than 50%, but the energy bar shows a little bit over 50%. And I think I tried the pedals today, so if you actually put in a little bit of effort, and of course if you weigh less than 200 pounds, you would get better range than what I'm doing. Regardless, I'd say I'd end up getting about 30 miles the way I ride this bike at my weight. If you've decided this is the e-bike for you, you can buy through the link below this video in the description box. Use my discount code. It is a limited time discount. It'll save you some money and also help support my reviews. However, if this is not the kind of bike you're looking for, watch this video next. Catch you over there.